Okay, welcome to this next classwork drawing, which is dealing with another transition piece. If we look at the top view given to us here, you can see it's a square section to a circular section or a round section, and it differs a little bit from our previous classwork in that the circular section on top here is no longer symmetrical, but is actually offset up to the top left hand corner. So keeping that in mind, we'll be able to use our symmetrical tools to draw the square, but we need to position this circle here with a couple of constraints. So we'll go to Acrostic Creo, and as usual set your working directory and then go File New. Make sure you check the Sheet Metal button and give it a name. So this one will be circle underscore square underscore offset. I'm just call my number 1, and it's modelled by whoever. And of course, to start our blend between two sections, we come to the Shapes tab and click onto the Blend tool. We need to define some sections, so we click into the Sections tab, click on the Define for section 1, and then select the work plane that we wish to sketch on, and click Sketch. At this point now we want to lay down some centre lines, so we'll be able to get some lines of symmetry. One centre line there, other centre line there, and use your rectangle tool now to draw yourself the first square. I'm going to click and drag until you see the arrows appear, then click down and drag until the other arrows appear. Click to finish and select. You can see we have 2 dimensions, which means that it is symmetrical about this 2 centre lines here. Let's check out what size it should be. It looks like it's 70 square, so we'll go back and adjust those. Wouldn't be a bad idea here to use your equals constraint. This one equal to this one, and then use your select and pull that up, make that 70. And of course, because we've set those equals constraint, everything shifts together. Okay, we know from our last drawing that this square section doesn't remain as a square because it has to be the same amount of sides as the circle profile which goes on top here. Remember, our circle is made up of 8 separate lines, and so must our square section on the bottom. And so we're going to use the same method we used last time with the fillet tool. So come to the fillet tool and select the ends of these 2 lines. We'll work our way around like so, and then we might use our equals constraint, and we'll select the first one, the second, the third, and the 4th fillet. At this point here we'll go to the select mode and we'll highlight the dimension of E1. We'll make that 2mm for a 2mm fillet. Okay, that section is now complete. Take note of where the start point is for the blend, top left corner, and click OK. So the first sketch is done. We obviously need more than one section, so click in section. You see it's now gone to section 2, it's undefined, so we need to sketch. Now at this point here, we need to go back to our PowerPoint. We can see that we've got a circular section of 44 diameter, and remember last time when we want to draw a circle we actually start off by drawing a square and then fill in the corners. So 44 diameter will basically give us a square of 44 as well. So rectangle. This time though I'm going to try something a little different. Rather than using the corner rectangle tool, I'm going to use the center rectangle tool and click approximately where I think it should go and drag it out. Now you'll notice here that it does snap to the center lines here, but it doesn't have any reference unfortunately to the sketch below, which is a shame. So make sure it doesn't snap to anything, otherwise it does cause us issues. And then let's constrain it to the right size. So once again, use your equals constraint. Make sure you make these both the same. Use your select tool. And remember the length of the side of this is equal to the diameter of the circle, so that's 44. and then we need to position it correctly. So if we go back to our PowerPoint, we can see here that we have a diameter of 44, which means it's going to be overhanging this center line by what's that, 9 I think. 44, is it 35? Yes, so 9 millimeters. So we need an overhang of the small square over the center line of 9 millimeters here and also here. So we go back down to Creo, and we need to constrain these overhangs, if you like, to 9 millimeters. And looking for the other one, looks like it might have already constrained it, has it? Somehow that one's correct. Yeah, okay. Looks like it's over there, which is great. Okay, so now we'll apply those same rules. Before I do that though, I might just make sure this 44 doesn't change and do something different. So select it, right click and lock it. Probably should have done that to that bottom profile as well. Might do that with the 9 as well, just to make sure. That way stops things moving about. And now we're going to fillet these corners, same way we did with the other section. So 1, 2. Oh, something weird went on there. Yep, error there, so I'll undo that. Try that again. Fillet. 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2. There we go. And work our way around those corners. Must have selected that center line, I think, or that this crosshairs. Fillet that one. Fillet this one. And then use your equals constraint to make all those fillets equal again, equal to each other. And E1 pops up. And then we just got to work out what's going to be a suitable arc for the fillet. Sorry. So knowing it's a diameter of 44, if we want a little flat here, probably with 2 mils, so we'll give ourselves a fillet of say 21 millimeters. So we'll select 21, and we can see that they now changes all those into 21 millimeter fillets. Leaves us with a little flat spot here, which is acceptable. Okay, now the only thing I think we need to check here is the direction of this start point. It's definitely, if we went back to that other sketch, remember the arrow was here, it was pointing this direction. I just want to see if I can get this to change direction by selecting the point where it's starting, right click, start point. No, it's just staying there. So we'll leave it there and we'll see what happens. Okay, so this profile is finished. The other one below it's finished. Click OK. And oh look, it's defaulted to the correct size first go, which is fantastic. Just need to type in a height and give it a wall thickness. So the height, let's go to our drawing, 65 millimeters in height. So back to Creo, 65 in the height. If we leave the wall thickness at 1, and I'm pretty happy days with that. Okay, the last thing to do then, or last two things to do, is to rip the edge and then to flatten it out, save a 3D copy and bring it into the drawing mode. A few things to do yet actually, haven't there? Go back to my original view. Remember how to do that. There it is, standard and orientation. And if we look at this maybe down from top view, the general rule is that you always rip or join the transition piece on its shortest edge. So if we look at this from its side, these edges here are longer than these edges that are vertical. So straight through the face of this one here, or straight through the face of this one here, would be the shortest edge. So using the rip tool, remember it's a sketched rip, so we can draw a line to represent where it's going to be cut. And we draw that line on a work plane that allows us to draw the line going through the edge. Now this is a little bit trickier in that we don't immediately have a center going straight through the middle of our object here where we want the line to go. So what we're going to do, we use the references tool. So top left here, click on references, zoom in a little bit and just select perhaps one of these edges here. That's interesting. That's actually the one I was after. Just that one edge there is what the one I was after. Did I get that? Yeah, I think I did. And close the references. Now use your line tool now. And as I move my cursor along this edge, you'll see here with the references edge, it snaps to an M point, M being middle, and that's sufficient to then start the center of my line to draw for the rip. So bring it right through the object, make sure it protrudes through it, center mouse button to finish, and accept the rip. Looks like it's ripping it. Yep, that's fine. Accept that. We've done our rip, now we just need to flatten it out. There's our flat pattern. There it is, it seems to flatten it out. Click OK. And the last thing to do is to give us a view so we can look down on the surface at 90 degrees. So we do that by using the View tab, Named Views, and we're going to create a new orientation, so it's Reorient. And we'll select the surface to be the front surface. Let's make it this one here. And then it needs a top surface, so we need something at a right angle to it, which can be this little section here. Spins it around for us. We'll save that as development. Some people call it a net. Click on save, and oops, we can see there's our developed surfaces. Okay, so the last thing to do then is to save this as a 3D object, and just to simply get rid of this flat pattern. So let's go OK to that, sorry. File, save as, I'm going to save a copy, circle underscore square underscore offset 1 underscore 3D. OK to that. OK to that. Open up that file we just saved. There it is there. And to make it 3D, we just delete that last pattern, flat pattern. Yes. And tick yes. OK, and there's our 3D. So now we've got two files open, and we can see up here we've got the development. Always use this to swap between files. Don't use this option because you've got to activate things. And we're ready to start the drawing mode. So as we've always done in the past, File, New, Drawing, and once again give it the same file name techniques or same name convention. Circle underscore square underscore offset underscore, actually that's it, underscore offset I should say. OK to that. Empty the format. Go find the King's ACC, sorry, the King's detail format. Click OK. Modelled by yourself. It's drawing number 1. It's class 12. Material is sheet. And we're ready to bring the drawings in. Let's see which drawing comes in as being the active one. So right click, insert general view, OK, left click. It's the 3D one. Okay, that looks okay. We might just leave it there for starters. We'll bring him over here so you have all the other 3Ds over there. Now to make the other development active, we come to drawing model, add model. We find the other file, which is the development. There it is there, the offset one, the first one. Double click on it. Set model. Find out which one it is. Just move that box over a bit. Expand this out a little bit. And there's the non-3D one. And done. So we've just loaded the development basically into the active memory of the computer. Right click. Insert general view. OK. Left click. Change the view to development, and we know that's looking down 90 degrees. So now we can just make sure the scales are the same. I didn't take much note of what scale that was. I should have, shouldn't I? That's what scale this is, 0.5. I can go 0.75 or 0.7 maybe for that one. And click apply. Oh, even a bit bigger, maybe let's go 0.75. And under view display, make sure you check the tangent edges to be center lines. That gives us some fold lines. We'll turn off our planes and close. We'll just check the scale on this one. Scale, yeah, it's a bit big, isn't it? 0.75, I think we made that one, didn't we? And apply and close. And I think that's just about ready to be published. Yeah. Okay, so file, hover over the save as, quick export, off it goes, creates a PDF, and there's our development and our 3D. Nicely showing the join down that shortest edge. Okay, there you go.